Wow. What do I say about that game? Well, a terrible first half, a slightly better second half. We were slightly the better team across the full game. And then Chris Basham goes and throws in an absolutely horrific tackle. Not bad as in he's going to end his career, but a horrific tackle that literally hands them the game. He literally handed them the 3 points. Within the space of 10 seconds, we went from going for the winning goal, which we looked by far the team that was going to win the game, if any, to giving away a penalty and the game being over. What a shocking decision from Basham. And I love Bash. I've loved Bash from mostly day one. But and to be honest, I've given him the benefit of the doubt this season. I really have, because I love Bash. I think Bash has been brilliant for us. Such a great servant to the club, to the team, to his teammates. And this season he's been awful. He's been really, really bad. A couple of glimpses of the old Bash, but he doesn't get forward. Maybe he's getting told not to go forward, but he's not getting forward. That tackle tonight was schoolboy. It's like he's not played for a year, and then he's like really rusty, but he's not even playing well. So if Bash is on top form, if Bash is playing out of his skin, I'll trust him to go and make that challenge. But he's rusty. He's been poor this season, and he tries to dive in to take the ball off their best player. He is their best player. Is it Gyökeres? He's their best player by a country mile. And he thinks diving in the box with literally about 4 minutes left is a fantastic idea. Now, I saw someone on Twitter say he was going nowhere. He was going somewhere. He got round Bash and he was heading kind of towards the goalkeeper, if you like. It's not a one-on-one. It's on the angle. If Bash would have just let him go past, they still could have scored the goal. But first of all, Bash has been done really, really simply. And secondly, he's then dived in and given away a silly, silly penalty. If Bash doesn't make this challenge and they go and still score, would have been like, oh, Basham got done a bit easy there. But we're not completely blaming him. The blame for us losing this game is solely at his door, unfortunately. He's done that to himself. Really poor. I love Bash. Like I keep saying, I love Bash to bits. But that tonight was the most stupid challenge. One of the most stupid challenges I've ever seen. Because there was no need to do it. No need whatsoever. Last 5 minutes, us being miles the better team in that second half. Coventry had, I think, 2 shots on target tonight. One from the angle that Davis made an easy save. I think that was about 60, 70 minutes in, something like that. Was it 70? It was 70. Adam Davis's front post, easy. Thank you very much. Just palm that out for a corner. That's the only shot he had. And the thing is, Coventry should have been looking at that thinking, Adam Davis has never played a game of football for us other than in pre-season. And he hasn't played for such a long time. They should have been peppering him with shots. They couldn't get anywhere near our goal. Yeah, fair enough. Neither side were brilliant. But like I keep saying, we were the better side, only by a little bit. We didn't create too much ourselves. But let's be honest, Illiman and Dye literally was our only outlet. He was fantastic. Even though none of what he did came to fruition, he was fantastic today, holding the ball up, bringing plays into it, holding on to it as much as he can until somebody else comes into the game. At one point in that second half, he got the ball on the right-hand side. I think he brought it out at Sky or something like that, and he ran down the wing. He was holding on to it, flick, waiting for somebody to come and help him out. Finally, Bulldog got there about 10 seconds of him just holding onto the ball with about three men round him. He does this lovely little flick through to Baldock, and then Baldock just waits and waits and waits and waits for their man just to tackle him. We were useless tonight, but we weren't even as useless as them. They were terrible. I think Heke gave them way too much respect. Way too much respect. Thinking, I'll be honest, I thought Coventry were going to be better tonight. I thought they were going to bring the game to us. I know they're bottom of the league. I do think they're in a false position. I do think they are miles better than bottom of the league. I don't think they're even bottom of the league anymore. I think they're probably off it because they've beaten us. But looking at that game, I could see why they were bottom of the league because they didn't offer anything going forward until that Gyökeres penalty. Well, the Gyökeres kind of run past Bash. That's the best position they got into all game. And actually, I think it was Bash earlier on that could have given away a penalty as well. I think it was Darbo. After Gyökeres made a really good run, he plays in Darbo, and Bash just kind of cleans him out. I think it was Bash anyway. I don't want to give Bash too much stick if it wasn't him for that one. It could have been Egan. But somebody took him out. I think it was Bash. And I honestly, I think Keith Stroud had one of his best games ever. He let so much go, and most of it rightly so as well. McAtee obviously could have been sent off in that first half too for a silly challenge. There was no need to play it at all. He almost went in with 2 feet. And all their crowd went mad, their bench went mad, their players went mad. And if he'd have got sent off, I'd have probably held my hands up and said, I can't have any problems with that because it was a stupid thing to do. I'm not really going to talk too much more about the game, to be honest, because the first half, there was absolutely nothing. I think there was probably one point where Ndai got played through from McBurney, and I thought he was onside. He went through one-on-one, obviously had a shot from quite far out because he knew he was offside. He didn't really kind of moan at the referee or linesman too much on that one, so maybe it's making me think that it was offside. But from where I was, it looked like he was onside, but yeah, it wasn't to be. I'm just trying to think, is there anything that I can really talk about? There was one moment right at the end of the first half where it was a couple of 1-2s. I think Doyle got in over the top from Enel or vice versa. And then Baldock got played in by Illiman as well. 2 lovely 1-2s that just didn't come to anything, but it was really good play. In the second half, Illiman was on the kind of angle. It looks like he was going to cross the ball and he smashes it towards goal. The keeper pushes it over the bar. If he keeps that down, the keeper's got more of a save to make, but it's quite high. The keeper just touches it over. I think it ends up going out for a goal kick, a throw-in, actually. Also, there was one where this is the one where Illiman took it out of the sky and then ran towards the goal and then tried to find the bottom corner from outside the box with his left foot. He's done it before. He's done it twice before in the last 2 seasons. So I'd much rather Illiman take that on than anybody else. He curls it towards the corner. I think it's quite far, but far away. But the goalkeeper was certainly scurrying to that bottom corner. Ollie McBurney had a shot that cannoned off the post, an absolutely fantastic strike from way outside the box. I didn't think he had it in him. Great shot, hits the outside of the post, comes out. Obviously, that's our luck at the moment. When it's in for you, like the Swansea game. When it's not like tonight and the last few games. Also, after that post hitting, I think it was Nell had a header that went straight at the goalkeeper. We had another couple of those where they were headed across the box and the goalkeeper just made a good save or just kind of stopped the ball from going to anybody that we were aiming for. I think that's about it, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I think that's it. There wasn't really much else after they scored as well. A lot of balls into the box. Keith Stroud gave us a couple more minutes to try and score a goal. I'm assuming because they were really kind of wasting time as much as possible. So I think he was giving us a helping hand in saying they have been wasting time. Here's a couple more minutes, lads. But when we concede a goal late on, we never, ever, ever score a reply as quickly as what we need to get anything out of the game. So yeah, just very depressing tonight. Do you know what? It's depressing, but it's also not. Now, I've not been to the game tonight. Clearly, I'm at home. Um, but watching that game, if that was maybe 4 games ago, I would be tearing my hair out. I was more annoyed at us losing, drawing to Birmingham and losing to QPR than tonight because I'm almost ready for us to put in a poor performance. Look at the side that we've got. That side should be beat. I'm not saying teams like Coventry. That side should be beating 98% of teams in this league. Looking at it, I do think that Hecky got a few things wrong tonight. I know we can't help Reece Norrington Davis getting injured. Let's hope he's back as soon as possible. It didn't look good. It really didn't. That almost feels like a million years ago because it was in the what minute was it in? The ninth minute. The ninth minute. And not a lot else happened in the game until Bash did a stupid thing. So, yeah, not good. I don't think the team from the outset was terrible. I do think we could have gone for it. We are playing bottom of the league. It could have gone McBurney and Sharp, or McBurney and Brewster, or even Brewster and Sharp. I do think that McBurney deserved his place back. I don't think he was great tonight, but rumours that he's got a hernia and he's going to have an operation when the World Cup's on, which it doesn't look like he's got a hernia, but at the same time, he certainly seemed shattered really quickly tonight, McBurney. But we left him on all game. Like, don't get me wrong, he's always someone good to have in the box when we're lumping balls into the box because I've seen it so many times where he's taken off. We've got Brewster and Sharp and Cadra and all these players on, and all we're doing is lumping it into the box for some tiny blokes to try and head the ball in the back of the net. They're not getting anywhere near it. But that game was crying out for one player or two players to stretch that game. Even brought the wrong player on in bringing Sharp on. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp scores goals. At the end of the day, that game needed stretching. And that should have been Brewster and Cadra a lot earlier on. Probably McBurney should have come off. And then one of the midfielders, probably McAtee, to be honest, because I don't think McAtee had a poor game. I thought he was good in the final third, or their half, should we say. There was one moment, a flash of brilliance down the left-hand side where he pushes it past the defender, can't quite get it into the box. But I don't know. Maybe we're giving McAtee just a little bit kind of too much. What's the word? Just letting him off a little bit too much. If that was somebody else, maybe we'd be giving him stick. If that was Cadra and if he did as much as what McAtee did, maybe we'd be getting on his back. But that was a game for Cadra. It really was. They didn't have quick defenders, and Cadra would have exploited that 100%. Same with Brewster, and really poor from Hecky. To how many players did we bring on in the end? Obviously, the early substitution with McAtee coming on. Brought Sharp on, brought Fleck on, which didn't really understand because Tommy Doyle is full of beans. He is. So he didn't need to come off. So I don't know why he came off, especially for a like-for-like swap like for Fleck. Now, I know Fleck's playing against his old team, but what was Fleck exactly going to do in that game to win us that game that Doyle wasn't doing? I thought Doyle played quite well tonight, to be honest, as well. I really did. I thought he created some good chances. He were getting stuck in. I thought he was poor early on. He gave the ball away a couple of times. I thought George was poor tonight, to be perfectly honest. He didn't release the ball a lot of the time when he should have done. He got caught on the ball loads. He didn't get the ball in the box quick enough. I know he's not the best at crossing at the ball, but tonight it was just constantly just getting caught and getting when he should be getting a crossing, getting it blocked. Just not good enough. And now I thought Anel was good, but Anel, he needs to be getting further into the box. He needs to be 1-2s, and he needs to be crossing the ball from the byline. There were none of that. We were just leaving Ollie McBurney and Iliman and Die isolated up front. And I felt really sorry for Illy tonight because McBurney looked knackered. McBurney couldn't get anywhere near and Die. McBurney couldn't hold the ball up. And Die was literally did everything tonight. Everything good that happened for Sheffield United, it was Illy. It was all Illy. And I feel so sorry for him. He deserves to be playing with some better players. But saying that, I still think we've got one hell of a squad. And I still think we'll be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. But we're going through a really, really poor time at the moment. We need this World Cup to come quicker. We need some competition for places. We need to get Jackie Longthrow back. We need to get Kieran Clark back, Enda Stevens. All these players need to be back so that they can offer off a little bit of competition, because right now it's not good enough. It's really not good enough. And actually, I think it's in the final third. If your lads aren't creating anything, get someone else on that will. And I know that Kadra was poor at the weekend, but he literally got about 10 minutes and didn't create anything. But that game was Kadra is always going to be better away from home when we are either playing on the break or just don't have all the ball like we do at home. Anyway, yeah, Paul Hurd said exactly the same. Bash's other tackle in the box was also a penalty. I think Keith Stroud gave us the benefit of the doubt on that one. Bash has cost us too much this season. Hate to say, but he's not good enough now. Oh, fans on Twitter saying Hecky out, a bit extreme, but even with the injuries we have, we should be winning games still. Hecky's subs have been wrong. Hecky's subs have been non-existent, really, for the most part. We've got 5 subs that we can make. We made one early, which we had to, and that's the beauty of having 5 substitutions. You've then got 4 more to use if and when you need them. And what's that? Two subs that he made? Only 2, I think it was. 3 defeats in 5, 1 win in 6. That is horrendous. Where are we in the table? We are now 4th. I don't even know how we're 4th, to be honest. I really, really don't. Oh, dear. Gaza says, terrible performance, get it sorted. Heke, completely agree. Chris, we can't keep blaming injuries when it does become a concern, no winning 5. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. I've been saying this, like, you can't blame injuries all the time. Look at the side we've got out. Look at the embarrassment of riches that we've got on the pitch. And they're just not playing very well together. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's psychological. There we go. Ian Coates. Where's the belief gone? That is it. It's the belief. And even Anel playing tonight. People saying we don't play well if Anel doesn't play. We've not played well tonight. And Anel hasn't pulled up any trees. But at the same time, Anel needs to be getting forward as much as possible. Now, I think that Hecky's probably told them to kind of sit in, defend well, because we've been giving away stupid goals. And that's what we've done. We've sat in, we've defended relatively well. They didn't have a sniff until towards the end of the game, but we've not taken the game to them. We could have easily, I said this in a tweet, we gave them too much respect, and what we needed to do was take it to them. I know that's in hindsight, because if we'd have started all guns blazing, they could have kind of picked us off on the break, and I could be sat here saying, oh, well, we shouldn't have done that. But looking at that, how bad they were and how bad we were in the first half, Hecky could have easily just gone gung-ho and gone, get Brewster on, get Kadra on, just attack. And let's be honest, right now, we're not defending very well. I thought we played all right at the weekend, creating chances. We just got to go for it. Try and score our way out of trouble, because we're certainly not playing well enough defensively. And Bash proved that tonight. Really bad. Bash playing out of position, not left-footed, but he's not a bad player overnight. Ian, you are right. He is playing out of position, and he did go across with his right foot rather than going with his left if he was left-footed. But at the same time, Bash should have that in his locker to understand that he's playing out of position, and that he shouldn't be going in with those challenges. If you can't make that challenge, whether you're playing out of position or not, you should not be going for that challenge. Simple as that. Um, the camera's focus on your shirt while your face is blurry. It's life, mate. It's one of them things. It's a webcam. Um, there is an air of insecurity and lack of belief in the team at the moment. Yep, it's a lack of team coming from lack of belief coming from the stands, and that's because there's a lack of belief on the pitch. Do we need big business in January? No, we don't, James. No, we don't. We just need. I don't know. Maybe we need maybe one or two players to come in just to spice it up a little bit. Because at the moment, this feels like a Premier League. Do you know that Premier League the Premier League kind of run when we didn't win a game for 17 games? It almost feels like that mindset's come back. And I know that we've not lost however many games or whatever, but we haven't won for now 5 games. And it does feel like the mindset is somewhere else. Heckingbottom drops players who score in previous games. Why? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Hecky has no idea how to change a game. You might be right there. You might be right, Jimmy, mate. I don't think his substitutions have ever been that good. I don't think I've ever seen a Hecky team where I've gone, that was a great substitution. That changed the game. Whereas Wilder's substitution, Wilder knew how to make an odd change every now and then. I don't think Wilder was fantastic at making changes, but it certainly happened a fair few times where something changed the game. But Hecky, it's just not got it in his locker, I don't think. Looking more like a League One team. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Why wait until 85? Yeah, exactly. Osborne not good enough and a big weak link. I thought our left-hand side there were 2 massive weak links. I'm not saying that the weak links because they're poor players, but McAtee and Osborne on the same wing, 2 very, very weak players physically. They just bullied us. They bullied us on that left-hand side or their right-hand side. Yeah, really, really bad. Big up. Yes, NS Sports TV. Why did they leave it so late to get Billy on? Not wrong. Everybody pretty much saying the same things. It's not good. It's not good. Lucky to not see red. Yeah, absolutely. I said that earlier on. Agree with you, Nick. Should have brought on Brewster and Cadra for pace. Felt sorry for Doyle, who was unnecessarily substituted. Bang on. Bang on. Can't understand why Hecky didn't use Cadra. Exactly. Everybody's saying the same things, lads and lasses. It's not good. It's not good. Love Bash, but he actually gave away 2 penalties tonight. Yeah, he probably did. He probably did, but one of them wasn't given. A manager who says he wants to go out and win every game, all he wanted to do was was not to lose against bottom of the league. You might be right. You might be right, Philip, mate. Only reason I keep the City lads at the moment is because of all the injuries. City lads, I'm not sure about that. I think Doyle's been one of the better players, to be honest. I don't think Doyle's been fantastic all season, which a lot of people have said on Twitter with from my tweet today. But I think he's had a good start. I think he's probably one of the better players. But yes, this wasn't a good game tonight. I keep saying this. Hopefully, we'll bounce back in the next game. But it's another defeat. It's another non-win, if you like. That's like we keep saying, 5 games in a row without a win. It just feels like, how has this happened from winning however many games we did in a row, winning away from home, which we're always rubbish at, nicking that game against Swansea. Maybe pace. Look at what happened against Swansea. Cadra and Brewster both involved in that goal in the dying embers of the game. Tonight, McBurney, Sharp up front in the dying embers. It's completely different, isn't it? It really is. But yeah, not good. Big shout out to Adam Davis, though. Would have kept a clean sheet. Very, very nearly saved Waghorn's penalty as well. Just for the Coventry fans, if you've made it this far in the video, fantastic penalty from Waghorn. And actually, Gyökeres did really, really well to win that penalty. I possibly should have said that earlier on. But yeah, I was just so annoyed about Bash making a stupid decision like he did. Anyway, let's leave it there. let's move on to the next game, and hopefully we can get a win against Norwich. They're just as bad as us at the moment, aren't they? Let's be honest. So yeah, let's just see two terrible teams play it out to a 0-0 draw. Thanks for watching. See you next time.